Hey, good day to all of you. My name is Blair and welcome to another OS operating system. Today we're going to take a look into the Regata 25.04. It is one of the beautiful Linux distro which is based in openSUSE. And let's go to the distro watch first, because I get this information from distrowatch.com and it is originated from Brazil and based on the openSUSE, and it is ideal for desktop and gaming, and it is so awesome. This is one of the stable type of operating system. So let's go to the website, the official website. It is regataos.com.br. So they have all the information right here from the specs, and of course, so let's go to the download. It has a minimum of requirements of the specs, which is a 2 gigabytes of dual core processor or better, with a minimum of 4 gigabytes of random access memory and 30 gigabytes of storage space minimum, plus the USB port for the installation of your Regata OS. And it has defined there, we have the password for the admin and the root, which is Regata, so you don't have to look for anything else on the web just to look for the password. So if you want to download, just click right here. You have the Regata OS, which is the stable, plus you have also the Regata OS with NVIDIA driver. So let's go to the boxes for our virtualization. Let's click right here. We have Regata OS. Okay, let's click that one. Let's give about like 8 gigabytes of random access memory for our RAM, plus maybe about like 50 for our storage space. And let's click this one and full screen this one so that you could see, and then let's hit enter so that we will see the live boot and try to install it. So this is the live boot. Okay, we have our live boot. Let's correct our display configuration to reach 180 display settings. Okay, let's keep it that way. So this is the live boot. Let's try to install it by clicking this one, installation of the Regata OS. So we have the language. I'll be using American English for this one, and let's click next. And we have the time zone. If you're not in the time zone, for example somewhere else like in the Philippines, we could like use Manila for our time zone, and the numbers, dates and units will be in English Philippines. And let's click next. Our keyboards will be Filipino English, and now we have the BIOS, where is the OS will be installed. For example, we have the SDA, or if you have the SDB for your drive B, or SDC for your drive C. But now I just have the only one drive, which is the primary drive A. It is SDA, and let's just click erase all. I don't want to have a swap, so it's just gonna be okay. But if you have another OS operating system, for example alongside with your Windows, it will be right here on the bottom. It will ask you install alongside with the operating system. And if you have the bootloader, for example you have the SDA, SDB or SDC, you could like relocate that one. But for me, I'll just gonna use the SDA for my bootloader and click next. Now we have the name of our computer. I'll just gonna use my brand Rialbbe, and I'll just gonna use a 4-character password for this one, and click next, and you have the summary right here, and I'll just gonna install that one, and you are asked another for really to install into your configuration because it will not be able to undo these changes. Okay, so let's click next and wait for it to reach 100%. Okay, everything is done. Let's click the done and restart our computer for our Regata OS 25.0.3, and it is called Maverick. So let's click done and restart. Okay, let's click again and full screen. Okay, now we have our initial boot. We'll try to correct again our display configuration, which is the 1080 for our resolution, and we will keep it that way so that it will be occupying the whole screen. Okay, so this is the initial boot. We don't have any welcome page or welcome app. So let's try to know our desktop UI. As we have this as our icon right here, it is the application launcher or our start menu button. And we have the quick launch right here. We have 4 right here. So those 4 is our quick launch. Actually, we have the Regata OS store, the App Store, and the game access. We also have the Dolphin for our file manager, and our web browser is the Firefox. And the right end right here is our notification area, which is our updates, our volume, our screen brightness, even our CD-ROM right there, and the internet connection that we have, plus other hidden right here. We also have the time and date right here in Manila, as you can see, and we also have these icons, which is our icon shortcut keys or shortcut icons for our Dolphin file manager. As you can see, I'll just double click that one. Instead of like drive C, we only have SDA right here, SDA, which is partition 1, so don't be confused with that one. And we have the folders right here, which is our home, our desktop. Of course, we also have the document, download, music, pictures, videos, and our trash. Okay, let's click that one, click X. We have our notification right here. So let's try to click our update. I hope we could like finish this one before we do everything. So let me maximize this one. We have updates. Let's click update now. So it is updating. So we have so many updates. Actually, we have system updates plus the Steam, Regata OS, game access, Ocular, which is our PDF viewer, Kate for our notes, and of course our Firefox for our web browser. But in our system we have so many, which is nearly 1000. So it is 974 files to be installed. So let's just wait for this one to install 100% at the same time. Okay, so let's minimize this one first. So let's go to the appearance. So appearance, we have we could like shortcut key right here on the mouse, on the right click, and we have the desktop right here and wallpaper. So the wallpaper, you have to choose what kind of wallpaper do you want right here, or just leave it like that. So our Regata OS has this one as their default wallpaper. But at the same time, you could also go to the get new. So we have like this as the popular. So we have popular wallpaper right here. You could like scroll it down. Okay, sorry for our internet connection. I think the internet connection is not so good. Okay, let me close that one again. And then try to open it again. As you can see, we have so many. And if you want to like install it, just click right here, install, and it will appear right here on your wallpaper. Okay, so let me close that one. There's another way. If you want to customize your appearance, you just go to the launcher, the app launcher, or we could like also call it the menu, okay, or startup menu. So let's go to the system settings and click that one. So we have quick settings right here. If you want the breeze light or the breeze dark, plus the wallpaper is also here, and the global themes. As you can see, we have global themes right here. We have the oxygen or the breeze. It's up to you if you want to change, or if you want the transparent, you could click that one like this one and then click apply. Then it will apply. So you could like use that one, okay, or you could also go to the appearance right here on the bottom. Okay, you also have the wallpaper, the color themes. You could also go to the type of colors accent right here. For example, I want to use the oxygen cold. I'll just gonna click that one, apply. And for the style, for example, I want the oxygen at the same time right here. Just click apply. And for the plasma style, you could like change whatever you want. The decor at the same time. You also have the options like the oxygen again for the window decoration, and then click apply. Let's see. There you have it. Okay, okay, there it is. Just click it. Okay, on the side, I thought it was not like implementing properly. Of course, you also have the icons, the cursor. If you want to change, for example, you want to have the oxygen blue right here, but it is now the DMZ white. You could also use this one, the oxygen blue, and then click apply. As you can see, my mouse is different now. The sound, it's up to you. The splash page, it's up to you if you want the oxygen, right? Let's play the oxygen first. There, that is the oxygen start up profile. So nice. Okay, the splash page. Of course, you also have the SDDM or the login screen. You could use the SDDM for Regata, or you could use the openSUSE or the Breeze or the Maya at the same time. Okay, it's up to you for the appearance. Let's close this one first, and let's go to the apps. Let me see if what are the apps right here. As you can see, we could like click the all apps for all the application that we have, or you could like click the developer or the category of developer, the category of the games. We have the games right here, the Steam Deck OS, and the Regata OS game access for your Windows, your graphics right here. Let me see, for the internet, for the multimedia, you have VLC at the same time right here, and you also have the OnlyOffice, the 4-in-1 editor. So you have 4 apps like for your documents. This is 4-in-1 app, so you have documents, spreadsheets, presentation, and PDF form that you could like edit. And if you want to change the settings right here, like the scaling 100% or whatever you want, you could also change the interface theme, which is I like the dark mode, so I click apply. Then there you have it, you have your dark mode. I could like click the document, spreadsheets, presentation, and at the same time our document for the PDF, for the portable document file. That's the meaning of PDF. And you could like change it and edit right here, just like right here in our presentation. We could like make our design like this one, just like in our Windows. Of course, Windows copied some of the application features right here on OnlyOffice in Linux apps. And of course you also have like this, the layout right here. And of course for our document, so everything will be all in one. This is a 4-in-1. Okay, so let me close that one. So that is the application that we have. So you could like go to the system at the same time, look some sort of like the settings, like the utilities right here. It's really up to you. You could also use the flexible on-screen keyboards like that one, so you could like move it, so you don't have any problems like using your keyboards if your keyboards is disabled or has some keys already like not in used or some damage already. You could use this one. Okay, so you can always do that right here in Linux. And of course let's go to the software center, but wait, let's try to check. We still have less than 300. Let's open the software center of the Regata OS store. As you can see, we have the KDE Live for your powerful complete editor for professional and beginner users. And we also have the Sims 4. Of course, it's free. Discord, Google Chrome, and Bottles for your Windows apps right here in Linux. So you could like click it, like for example, you can click the KDE Live and then click right here install, just like that. Okay, so I think we could not like install it because we're still updating our operating system software. Of course, we still have 300 plus more to go. Okay, conclusion. Installation is easy. It is not too hard. The layout is actually quite easy. At the same time, it is just like Windows. And the user experience, it will be like Windows but with a Linux touch, so which means it is like Mac OS. Okay, so it is not too hard to use this one, as based on the user experience it will be just ordinary. So how to shut down? Of course, just click right here, just like in Windows, and you have this power button and then you just click shut down. Okay, so for the remarks that I will give you, this is totally awesome to install into your computer if you want to explore, you know, the Linux operating system. It is so stable. So Regata OS, it is so stable to use it as your daily driver. So I could like recommend this one for you to use every day. And if you have some question, feel free to ask me. Write it in the comments down below. This is Blair for your OS operating system. Bye for now and see you in the next adventure. This has been the Regata 25.0.3 and see you in the next adventure. Ciao!